Okay, I'm going to show you how to make restaurant style naan bread. There's no yeast involved. It's self-raising flour and baking powder that is the raising agents in it. In here, what I've got is one egg, roughly weighing about 49 grams. It's not mega important, but if you're going to use the extra large eggs, then you might have to use a bit less of the egg. But basically 49 grams, 50 grams of egg, 200 grams of, I'm actually using semi-skim milk. You can use full fat milk, it really won't make a difference. Baking powder, 8 grams. Not baking soda, baking powder. Onion seeds, that is 1.9 grams. That's, I have some little scales here for that, but you can use 2 grams, don't get hung up on the 1.9. Normal granulated sugar, 100 grams. Into your jug, all of it, a good whisk. Keep coming back to it like every 5 minutes, give it a whisk. 10 minutes, don't, like I say, don't get hung up, every 5-10 minutes. But basically this needs leaving for about half an hour to let the sugar dissolve into it, and I've taken the milk straight from the fridge, so it'll just give that chance to come to room temperature before we move on. Okay, in this bowl I've got 1,000 grams, a kilo of self-raising flour. Don't get hung up on which brand or which type. If you want to buy the most expensive, you buy that. Won't make a great deal of difference to the finished naan breads. As you'll see, this is actually a well-known supermarket, their home brand. So the mixture that we made and we let the sugar dissolve, that goes in. Now I like to 330 grams of water. I like to just pour it into the jug that the mixture was in. That goes in. Obviously, if you haven't got one of these mixers, don't worry about it. I only use it for ease. You're just going to have to, same thing, pour it all in and mix it up. All we're wanting to do with this is mix it. We're not wanting to knead it, stretch it out. Basically, it just wants mixing. Because I'm using a mixer, I like to just release it, scrape the paddle down, but to be quite honest with you, that is fairly well all mixed. I'm just going to give that a second more. That's it. It's mixed. That is all you need. And like I said, if you're to do this by hand, and say by hand I mean in a mixing bowl, because you haven't got a mixer, as you can see, it's very loosely mixed. Don't be thinking, oh, it's too dry, I need to add some more water. You don't. Please don't add any more water, any more flour. That's it. So it's not dry. It looks a bit dry, but it's not. Now then, I'm just going to get, I use a bucket. It's nothing special. It's just a yogurt, an older yogurt bucket. As you put it in. I could actually leave it in this tub, but I don't know why I do like to use this. But what I'm going to do now is these are just the cheap bags. Just cover that on top, press it down to get rid of any air. Right, that'll sit now on the worktop at room temperature for about 3 hours. 3 hours minimum. The longer you can leave it, the better. But like I say, leave it for at least 3 hours. If you're wanting to make naan breads for tea, then you need to be doing this the night before or first thing in the morning. Okay, I've actually put this into a square tub just so people aren't thinking that having it in a bucket is going to make it special. It isn't. Anyway, it's just into here. This has been left on the worktop now 2 hours. So the next step is just to punch it down. If yours hasn't risen just as much as this has, don't worry about it. It's not a problem. It won't affect the end results. So basically, get some oil, vegetable oil, sunflower oil, doesn't really matter. Just about a teaspoon to your hands. The oil is mainly to stop it from sticking to your hands. Plus, this does give it just a little bit of an extra knead. See now, like I did say, don't add any extra water or flour. You can see it's a lovely soft dough. Still not ready, but it's getting there. Right, once you let it squash about, if you're going to use this in like another 5 hours, then you're fine. If you're not, put it into the fridge overnight, and then the next day we need to take this out and ball it up. And then the balls will sit for 2 hours. That's another very important step of making restaurant style naan breads at home. So the next time, in the next clip, this will have had time to sit and will be balled up, and we'll show you how to cook the naans. Cover it on top. This will stay good in the fridge for at least 3 days. At least. You can push it to 4, but it's good for 3 days. On the top, it might start to discolour a little bit. It won't after a day. After 2, it will start to go slightly darker on top. It's not an issue. You can still use it. It's not gone off or anything like that. So that's that, which is going to go into my fridge until tomorrow, and then I'll ball it up and make the naans. Okay, I did say the next time you see the dough, it's going to be already in balls, but I thought I'd better just cover that. So anyway, the dough's been, I didn't get a chance yesterday to carry on with them, so the dough's actually been sat in the fridge for 2 days. Not a problem, like I've said, it's good in the fridge for at least 3 days. That's the dough. I've had it out of the fridge for about an hour. You can do this part straight from the fridge. Basically, just put in this tub here. I've just got some just bog standard plain flour. I always keep this tub for making naan breads or chapatis. So basically, it's the size of a small orange, a small apple. That's plenty of the size of naan breads we're making. Basically, I'm just folding the outsides under. And then the bottom, you can see, is a bit of a mess there. So just bring it, turn it, and bring it up to the centre. This is, again, it's not a mega part of the naan bread process. It just makes it look nice, neat. Just basically nip that little bit in there. Then you've got the nice ball shape. Roll it into the flour. And then shake the excess flour off, and then pop them onto a board. I'll just do another one. Now, I said to you about it slightly changes colour. I hope you're getting this on the video. You can see there where there's like a split in it, how it's much whiter underneath the top. The top does go a little bit darker. It isn't a problem. Don't worry yourself about it. It's just not a problem. Same again, just pulling it under, doing my best to show you. Like I say, it's still not, you're doing a little bit of kneading of the dough, but same again, it's not over important. So like again, the bottom's a bit scruffy, just pull the sides up. Now, I did say about the ingredients that I've give. Don't add anything else to it. Your dough will come out at least. It is slightly sticky, but only slightly. It's because the percentage that I've give you, it's took me a long time to get it spot on, so I can produce a recipe and a video, so everybody can make them. So there's a second one. I'm not going to do all this for you, but what I'm going to do, I'll just tell you. This, I will do exactly the same with all this dough now, and there'll be enough to make 10 naan breads. I'm going to make them all into a ball, and then I'm going to cook all the dough balls in and make them into naan breads, and then I will be having one tonight with my tea, and the rest of them I will be putting in the freezer once cooked. They come out of the freezer fantastic. They really do. I'm not just saying it obviously, but they do. They freeze excellently. They don't come out like the shop bought ones, all dry and just breaking in your hands. Well, it's something you'll have to try or just take my word for it. It's easier because because I got a bit of messing about with it, it's easier to make all the 10 at once and then freeze what you're not going to eat and then just take one out of the freezer when you want it. Leave it in the room to defrost. It takes about 15 minutes to defrost, and then stick it in the microwave on full for a minute, and to be honest, it's like it's just been cooked. I was quite gobsmacked myself how well they freeze. Anyway, I'll carry on with these. Okay, that's the dough balls made up. I said the recipe will make 10. It will make 10. I forgot that yesterday I did make one to have with my tea, so that's why I've only got 9 out of that, but I guarantee it will make 10. This part of making naan bread is important. Why can't I just take the dough out of the tub, roll it up, roll it out and make a naan bread? I can. It will make a naan bread, but it won't make a perfect naan bread. It'll be slightly hard. It's just not right. Put it that. Take my word for it. It's not right. This is one of the key things. If you watch videos and you've seen in restaurants or sorry, say takeaways that they've rolled all the dough balls out, I used to think that it was just for speed. It isn't. It's an important part of making a quality restaurant style, takeaway style naan bread. When you're making this dough into the balls, you'll think this dough is fairly soft. Once these have been sat at room temperature for at least 2 hours, feel how soft the dough is then. It won't be sticky, but you feel how soft that dough is then. So these, basically, in the takeaway, just cover them with cling film. If they're going to go into the fridge overnight, because they've not been used, they'll just smear oil over the top of these to obviously stop them drying out. But into a nice clean carrier bag. So you can see here. Wrap that underneath it just to seal it down a bit. That's just gonna stop them from drying out while they sat. Just leave it at room temperature now for 2 hours before we roll them out and cook them. But that is one of the biggest secrets to making the naan breads. Okay, I got the tava on there. This is they're not cast iron, they're actually just mild steel. It's not the aluminium one, it's just a plain mild steel non-stick. If you don't own one of these, you can use a heavy bottomed pan, no oil in it, nothing. This heat's on the fullest heat I can put out, but that'll just stay on there. There's no oil on or anything, it won't smoke, but it needs to be as hot as it can be. This is made out of an old tea towel, clean obviously, but an old one, and inside you can use an old bed sheet, an old curtain, anything, just scrumpled up into a ball, wrapped in a tea towel, bringing the 4 corners up, and then just secured around with an elastic band. I asked at the takeaway why don't they use one of these, because I have seen some takeaways use them, and the reply I got was because we're professionals. Obviously I'm not, because I like to use one. You'll see it being used shortly, but that's one thing that will make this easier for you. It's basically to transfer the naan bread onto this. You don't need it, one of these, I'm not actually sure what this is called, but anyway, like a fish slice, that'll do the same thing. Just want to stick it in. Yeah, it's basically, once we put it on there, it's going to stick to that, so you need something just to release it. This is the door balls, and you can probably see they've expanded slightly. These have been left for 2 hours. Really soft, lovely and soft. Anyways, enough jabbering. Into the flour, just plain flour, and then I just like to use my hand squeezing it to bring it round. Into a bit more flour. Press it out. And roll it out. Don't try and get it as big as that pan, you don't need to do at this stage here, you just need to roll it out. Don't worry about it not being too round. If you want, you can make the teardrop shapes. Obviously, it's entirely up to you. Now then, plain vegetable oil. You need this. This stops, not dead in its track, but does help to stop the moisture from leaving the naan bread. So this is on the first side. So it doesn't need to be a great thick layer of it, just a good thin layer covering the whole of that surface. The cushion. You want the oil side onto the cushion. Don't worry about it, you can take that, you can dismantle this and it can all go in the wash, so there's no problem there. So that onto the cushion. Now you can pull the naan bread over the cushion and make whatever shapes you want. Whether you want them nice and round, I like them round. Don't taste different, obviously, but there we go. Now onto this, obviously the underside's the oiled side. Onto this side, just plain water, and make sure you get the edges of it. Just give it a nice, gentle rub. This is going to help it stick to the tower. And then some in the middle. Right. I can't flip these on here with my hand. This cushion really helps. So basically what I do is lift it up, put it at a bit of an angle, slap. Just a few seconds on that side and then flip it over. Nice circular motions over the gas flame. If you're using a bottle gas, if your flame isn't burning blue, then don't use this method, because if you've got yellow on the flame, you'll get soot. That's so far. I'm holding it probably about 3 to 4 inches away from the flame. You don't even have to keep looking under it, you can just turn it over. You can see now it's starting to brown. That nice charred flavour on the top is nice. Yeah, it does add to the naan. You can see now. Now I'm just going to give this a second more, and only a second. It doesn't have to be black on top. Alright, I'm happy with that. I don't know about you. For a home cooked naan, as you can see. That's the bottom side, but this is how a good naan to me should be. Nice cooked, nice and soft. When you fold it, it doesn't crack in half. That's how soft it is. All I will do to this now is put a little bit of, it's actually half butter, half vegetable ghee mixed together, warmed in the microwave, and I'm going to pop that down, it's getting a bit hot. In the microwave on a medium for a minute to soften it up, and add some garlic powder, garlic salt or garlic granules into it before it goes into the microwave, and then it just gives a nice garlicky flavour. If you don't want the garlic, don't put garlic in it, just use the butter and the vegetable ghee. But yeah, lovely, lovely and soft. So a naan bread should be. If you want to see inside, it is hot. Oh, hoping that's on there. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.